Dealer Cruz, your life applications officer. I'm gonna call this racism. Number two. Number two. 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 Um, Only because just between today and the day that I did that video, things have been happening, and things have been happening here on YouTube. Things have been happening around the world. There's a lot of black people out there who are so stunned and humiliated and jealous of white people. It's more of a jealousy than actually white supremacy, white privilege. You know, it's a jealousy. And they have been brainwashed to think that no matter what they do, the subject of whiteness, so to speak, will always get in the way. Let me tell you a little something. Let me tell you a little something. All you people, whether you coming over here from another country or you black, let me tell all y'all something. White people are amazing. And nobody has invested more into this country as much as white people have. Nobody has built things and created things and used up all our resources and saved the animals. You know, I'm watching these YouTube videos of this woman who raises lions and tigers. And she goes outside, no weapon, no gloves, no gear, nothing. Just her and a little sexy self in her shorts and her tank top, and goes out there and kisses her, you know, her pets, which are actual lions, okay, and tigers and jaguars. Real life, you know, cats. The biggest cats ever, and they just melt in her arms, and she kisses them, and she's hugging on them and bathing them and doing things with them and feeding them right out of her hand. She puts her whole hand in their mouth. White people are amazing. If you know any black woman that is doing this, please post her video on my channel. My black behind, I don't care how much of a biologist or the study of what it takes to tame an animal, I ain't no lion whisperer. It ain't happening. Even if you taught me, even if I paid thousands of dollars for you to teach me how to go out and tame a lion or tame a jaguar, a hyena. She got all of them. I still wouldn't do it in real time. Might do it on video games. I ain't going out there and do that mess. You crazy? But this woman just she is so confident about what she's doing. Next time, I dare you to walk on that property with your black self and say, hey, you know, little hillbilly white lady or whatever you want to call her. Okay, she's going to say, yeah, come pet this lion. Your black self. Come over here and pet this lion. I dare you. Come on over here. There ain't no other race here in America except for maybe the Asian, except for some of these Asians. Some of these Asians, you know, they handling pumas and got raccoons for pets and foxes for pets, and you know, I mean, they crazy too. The closer you get to Caucasian, the more braver you become. Okay? Don't talk down on white people. Okay? Because you ain't jumped off of nothing. You ain't jumped out of nothing. You ain't climbed way up on nothing. I'm watching these videos on YouTube where these guys are building these jump off boards. You know, what you call it, the thing you jump on, diving boards. Way up off of a skyscraper. And they jump thousands of feet down into the, oh my God. White people are amazing. Okay? White people are amazing. And, you know, all I can do is learn. And even if I learn, I will never do some of the things that they do. I will never ever probably have as much fun as them. Okay? I mean, white people are amazing. Okay? So it's just jealousy. You're just jealous that you'll never ever walk in their shoes because you're not willing to jump that far down. And you're not willing to climb that far up. Let me say that again. You ain't willing to jump that far down. And you ain't willing to climb that far up. Okay? You know. White people are amazing. I don't know where America would be if it wasn't for white people. Simple, 5-colored, smell like sweaty dogs when they get wet. Okay? You know. Kiss their dogs in the mouth, white people. I don't know what this country would be like without white people. I don't know what you talking about. I don't know. Okay, you hating on all these white people. What if this country didn't have any white people? Who's going to teach all these brown-skinned people about civilization? Because you sure don't know it because you ain't... Look around you. Who's building civilization? They building civilization in your ghetto. In your hood. Stop being jealous. And appreciate that you share this country with such a great amount of God-blessed people. Okay? That's just like, I used to go to this racist guy at this auto body shop. He had the best deal in town. And you walk in there and he was in there, you know, getting mad at people that would come to his shop and complain at the price of stuff when he had the cheapest deal in town. And he was in there saying the N-word and all this stuff, and you pulled up in the car. You know, he kept a shotgun and a German Shepherd behind the counter. And if you pissed him off, he'd tell you to take your sorry black behind out of there. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And I heard him one day. Me and my wife pulled up one day in front of that place, and these two cats was talking this stuff. Oh, yeah, this blackie, he blah 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 blah. Stupid A, you know. And I was like, dude, you see us getting out of this car? They did lower their voice, but they kept on saying it enough where we could hear them, you know. But I tell you what, this guy's wife was a sweetheart. She actually, later on, she became a Christian, started going to my church. And she wanted to invite me to her house. She wanted to invite me to her house because she, you know, all the things I did for her at church, helping her, you know, with the church van, bringing her food, doing different things for her, getting her around and stuff like that. She wanted to invite me to her house, but she said she couldn't. I says, is your husband the guy that owns a body shop down there by where you live? You own all that? Yeah, we own all that. Oh, so he's your husband? She says, yeah, that's him. Yeah. I said, oh yeah, I ain't coming to your house. Yeah, you can't invite me to your house, sweetheart. You can't. No, no, it ain't happening. You know. But when you went in there, he gave you the best deal with a smile on his face, and he said, you know what? Come back tomorrow. If I can't get it for you today, I'll get it for you. I'll definitely have it here tomorrow. I promise you, I have my guys pull it for you tomorrow because we got to pull it overnight, and we'll have it here for you tomorrow. And we'll take down the price about $5 or $10 for you since you had to wait. And he was always like that with everybody, no matter what color he was. I mean, no matter what color or race you were. But he didn't have no apology for saying the N-word. He had no apology for, telling you about your black self. If you come in there snapping on him, talking that ghetto trash to him, I pulled a guy outside one time. I said, dude, let it go. See that German Shepherd on the side? Oh, I don't care about. We want the German Shepherd to stay on that side of the wall. Okay, he ain't back there because he's a pet. Okay, he get mad and get tough with you and open that door. That German Shepherd's gonna be right behind him. Okay, that German Shepherd's never on a leash. Okay, when he leaves, he locks his place up. Ain't nobody around. That German Shepherd is never on a leash. That German Shepherd jumps up in the truck. He never has a dog on a leash. That dog and a shotgun up under the table are there for his protection. Like, just let it go, man. Let it go. Because I'm trying to do a business deal too, and I don't want to get shot or bit in a crossfire, dodging from you getting shot or hit, Just calm down, man. Like, think about it. Go home, cool off, take your business elsewhere. You can get a cheaper deal up the street, probably. And he did. He went up the street, and he got a cheaper deal. And he said, F that white man, blah, 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 that white cracker mother F, And, but this is the way we talk. This is the way we talk. Adam Calhoun is my new word for black people who play the race card. I got one thing to say to you. Adam Calhoun. Adam Calhoun. Adam Calhoun did a song called Racism. Sometime before 2019 or that earlier in that year of 2019. A lot of black people are still doing reactions to it right now today as I'm laying here. Okay? And most of the black people are laughing and they're so full of joy for what he is saying in the song, because not only can a man rap and rap right next to anybody black, but this man did a song called Racism that tells you what whites think of each other out in the country, in the suburbs, and what blacks think about each other, and what whites and blacks think about each other. What whites think about whites, what blacks think about blacks, and what blacks and whites think about each other. And he did a song, and he used everything in it. He used the word cracker, he used the word honky, he used the N-word, he used it. The song is very, very graphic. Not any more graphic than gangster rap, but it's very graphic. And I went to his video, a video of a concert that he did a year or so ago. And he had about 4 other white people that could rap just as good as him. And most of the audience were white, and they looked like hillbillies to me. I must have seen about 1, 2, 3, 4 black people in the crowd. And he's singing all this stuff, about hillbillies and the country and this is America, and if you don't like it, get out and go back to your own country, rapping these kind of tunes. And these black people just dancing to his tune. I guess they from the South, they ain't worried about these you know, these white people jumping them after the concert when they're surrounded. He's in the middle of all these white people, you know. It's amazing. But Adam Calhoun, I'm very, very, very amazed. And I think the song that he did is good as long as it's the song. I wouldn't make it something that you want to keep talking about in public, you know what I mean? But as long as it's the song itself is good and it's a good song, and those of us that have a pure mind, we can learn something from the song. But you got these weak people out there that, oh, I can't get over. You know, I hate that word with a passion. Well, don't blame Calhoun. Blame the way he grew up around black people, watching black people call everybody the N-word, including white people. Okay, and every song got in this and in that, and in the bitch and hoes and you know, cracker this and cracker that, and you know what I'm saying, nasty pig cops, you know, blah blah blah, you know. I mean, you know, just a lot of profanity. Okay? So Steve Knight, I looked at two of his videos. He actually had an interview with Adam Calhoun. He wanted to tell Calhoun to his face that, hey man, I liked your song, but I didn't appreciate you using the N-word. But Adam Knight was okay when he started off the song singing about white trash, trailer trash, redneck hillbilly, stupid A hillbilly, white trash. Call me white trash, say it fast, kiss my A, you know. He was okay with that. Oh, I see what he's doing. Then when he said, what you rapping about? N-A-N. You know, I mean, and now Steve Knight is like, pause button. Can't believe he said that. Like, I understand what he's doing. He's telling the truth, but you can't say that word. Why? Why can't you say that word? It's in every black rap song. Doesn't Eminem use the word too? I think Eminem uses the word pretty prevalently. You know, tell me if I'm wrong. Eminem uses the N-word, doesn't he? All rappers, whether they be white or black, if they're secular gangster rap or, you know, hood rap or whatever you want to call it, rap, they use the N-word. I had a friend one time who he'd gotten out of prison. He got out of prison, and the church wanted me to help him, you know, take him under my wing. And you know, and he was from the hood, and I mean, he was going out here taking these black women off their black men, like, you know, there was something about his red hair and the way he had it cut that these black chicks in the hood, you know, was like, I might let him play with me a little bit, you know. You know, he was going around and he was banging my neighbors. You know, his little skinny, freckled, red-headed white self. He was banging on my neighbors. All the women that my wife was worried about, you know, hitting on me, he was banging them. He was like, you know, coming back in my house scratching. You know what I'm saying? You know, what you scratching for? You know. And me and him was out one day. Me, him, and my wife was at the Goodwill. And he's from prison. And he went to prison with a bunch of black guys, and all he had was black friends in prison. And he loved rap music like Adam Calhoun. And he was just always constantly, you know, when he sang rap music, he didn't care who was around, white, black, Christian, whatever. He didn't care. If the rap song started off with N, you know, Nigger. If it started off with that, that's what he said. He rapped the songs like any black dude would. He didn't care about the N word. He didn't care about none of that. Until the day that we were in the Goodwill, and I offered to help him get a few things because he's not on his feet. Me and my wife were in there shopping, and I tried to help him out with some things. And he tried to get some shoes or something, and they didn't fit. And I was trying to, like, he was trying to get me the lowest price. I says, well, I talked to my wife. I says, well, go ahead and get the more expensive ones. If they fit, we'll get them, and all like that. And he was arguing with me, in a friendly way. He let the N-word come out of his mouth. He said, look here, N-word, and all the preppy white people in there. And he said it like 3 times in like 3 seconds. And I looked at him, I said, hold up, man, I understand where you come from, but we're out in public. You can't call me the N-word in front of all these white people. You can't call me the N-word in public, period. What's wrong with you, man? Because you call me this word in front of white people, they either are going to dislike you or dislike both of us and think I'm the most stupidest person in the world and you're the most ignorant person in the world. You say this in front of black people, they're going to whoop you behind, or they ain't going to whoop both of our behinds. Whoop my behind for letting you say that to me without getting slapped. Don't say that, man. He's like, man, you know where I come from, man. Look here, N-word. You know where I come from. So, he wouldn't listen. I left him at the Goodwill. I said, get your own ride home, brother. Enjoy your shoes. Get your own ride home. And he came and apologized. And, my wife had me go pick him back up. And I was mad at him. I felt like Steve Knight back at that time, I took him home, and I went back home, and I didn't invite him over for a while. And actually, I think me and my wife were separated at the time. And so I made sure, like, because he was, he wasn't trying to go over there and talk to my wife. My wife made sure he didn't come over to my house while, I was mad at him, especially with her being there alone, you know what I'm saying? Because he just, he slept with every woman, every black woman that I knew. He wasn't sleeping with my wife, okay? And trust me, what me and my wife was going through at the time, she wasn't going to let it happen, She don't care what, Especially after that incident at the Goodwill where he couldn't have enough respect to calm his voice down. We're just asking you, brother, we know that you say that word because that's where you come from. You don't even really, you ain't been around enough white people. I know that, bro. But you can't say that word in public like that, bro. It's how you use the word. You can't call me an N-word in front of all these people. We got all kinds of people from every walk of life in here. You can't call me that word. He just couldn't take discipline, so I had to stop hanging out with him. He apologized later, but we still didn't hang out together anymore, I think he did grow in the Lord, get his his life right with God, and he did stop using that word like he was doing it. But shout out to Steve Knight. Even though Steve Knight needs to get a grip, because Steve, listen, don't blame Adam Calhoun. Blame all the black men who use this word in public. They call each other the N-word in front of white people and other races, including black people, every day. It's a public word, and it's used in every rap song, even the best rap songs, even the most mellow rap songs. B's and N's and hoes and you know what I'm saying, gay words, gay slang, it's all in there. Don't blame Calhoun, blame the music industry, blame the black music industry, blame rap music, blame the way the word has been used all this time. So shout out to Steve Nice. Shout out to Depend TV. This young man, I think he said he graduated from high school in 2015. No, middle school in 2015. So this man right now, he's like barely college age. I think he's like old enough to go. He's old. He's only in his early 20s. I think he said 2015. He was in middle school. So this dude is fresh out of high school, on his way to college. He said he left middle school at 2015. Okay, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, he's fresh out of high school. This young man is a born again Christian. This Depend TV. His channel name is Depend TV. Where's my phone? I'll give you some pictures because I want you, if you want to look some of this stuff up. Yeah, let me see something here. I want to just give you some pictures. Look at my history here. Give you some pictures. I give it all to you because I just went through all the videos that I watched again. Here he is right here. Turn this down. Here, I'll do it like this. I'll play part of the video. This guy here, his name is Depend TV. See, he's very young, but he's a born again Christian. And he talks about all this stuff. I guess he's conservative too, because he's always talking about, how black people, need to escape racism and all that. That's Depend TV. Who else I got here? No Life Shag. This guy's all new to me. I just met him today. He's all new to me. Let me see here. There's him, and then there's. Oh, come on, what's going on here? Okay. We got him. We have Life with Reckless. Oh, this guy here was really, really unique. His name is No Life Shag. No Life Shag. Can you see that? Shout out to him. Who else? That Boy Will. That Boy Will, yeah. He's this guy right here. Is him? No, this is this guy here too. Now he's kind of explicit, but what's his channel name? R2, I ain't gonna say that word. It looks like cuss word. I don't know. But he's, shout out to these guys. I'll tell you why I'm shouting out to them, because where's that data boy at? Where's he at? Here's Steve Knight here. This is Steve Knight. You might know Steve Knight. A lot of you probably know Steve Knight. That's Steve Knight. He's the one that was getting all crybaby because of the N-word. I'm trying to find. And oh yeah, here he is. Dat Boy Will. I like this guy. I'm gonna subscribe to his channel. This guy. He's called Dat Boy Will. I'm going to subscribe to his channel. He's a really he said some wonderful things. Him and No Life Shag, they said some wonderful things. Um, really, 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 really different. Here's the video, the official video. I'm not going to play it because it's very graphic. A lot of N-words and calling, a lot of hunky talk and redneck and trailer trash talk and a lot of stuff on it. And um, it's pretty explicit, you know. Um, the video. But shout out to Steve Knight, Depend TV, No Life Shag, and Dat Boy Will. These are black people who are not whining and crying racism and playing the race card. And I think everybody here that I mentioned, maybe except one, is a Republican. Okay, even young guy, Depend TV. I think he's a Republican, um, with his Christian self. I mean, I'm I just and you know how I met these guys. I met these guys through this Calhoun video, and shout out to not only these guys but a lot of black people, because I'm finding out that a lot of black people are not only waking up and leaving the left and leaving the black caucus, leaving the black hole, the black depression. They're leaving, the religion of racism. They're leaving it. They've abandoned it, and they're being their own free thinkers, and they're living their life not based on what makes, I'll say, racist black people happy, but what makes themselves, happy and helps them get along and do what they need to do in life. Okay? If you haven't seen the Calhoun video, the Adam Calhoun video called Racism, you're free, if you care, or even if you don't care, you're free to check it out. But if you're squeamish about the own N-word that comes out of your mouth every day, you're squeamish about hearing a white man say the N-word, forget it. Just go back. Just eat your animal crackers and go back to bed. Okay? Nobody needs you whining and crying like Steve Knight and talking about, oh, I can't believe you said that word. Hey, y'all say it every day. Y'all be in your car, bopping your head, you know what I mean, and dancing to this gangster rap in this B's and simple A, and no, you know what I'm saying. I say get a life, get a grip. This is how you get rid of racism. You got to stop. You got to let people be who they are. White people are blessed of God in a way that we can see all over the world. Okay? Don't hate the player, hate God. Because God has blessed these people. He's blessed them because they grabbed a hold of Christianity when the Jews rejected it and threw it away. They brought Christianity into this country. Okay? This country was saved and constituted based on Christian faith. This is all whiteness. Okay? They went against every pagan nation and took from those pagan nations what could be used as pure, but they held back what could be used as satanic or, satanic or demonic, or what's the other word, pagan. And we have a country that's free, not because, you know what I'm saying, everybody can do whatever they ever want to do behind closed doors, but because we've brought the statutes, the precepts, the ordinances of Christianity into this country. Okay? And everybody has supported Christianity without knowing it, that they were supporting it, by the way that they lived their lives, by the church that they went to, by the things that they didn't do that were wrong. They supported Christianity. Now, we trying to be patriotic, but, it's only a matter of time, maybe days and seconds, before they start burning the flag, and before somebody like Joe Biden gets up there and says something dumb like hating on the flag in order to get people to love him and accept him. Hate on the flag. It's only a matter of, it could be any day now. I'm waiting for them to say we need to change the Constitution and actually do it. I'm waiting for them to change the colors of the flag. Okay? We'll be hiding the red, white, and blue in them songs that we sang about the Star Spangled Banner. We'll be putting all them songs and all them flags in a glass case inside of a bomb shelter, because they're trying to get rid of it all. Okay, that's enough of that. But you get rid of racism by letting people be who they are. Okay? There was a time when white people didn't mind telling black people to behave themselves. Get their act together, I will throw you out of here. Okay? There was a time when white people didn't mind telling black people what they could do on the property and what they couldn't do. Even if it sounded racist, because maybe, oh, you can't blast your music and we don't listen to rap music around here, okay? Now today you got black people like myself who are anti-rap music. Like, I don't think it's the kind of music you want to listen to in a public establishment, especially secular rap. Like, don't nobody want to be sitting there, talking about, how the company loves everybody. Meanwhile, you got these guys rapping about bees and hoes and hookers and simple ass nig, nig, that and the other and a half, There was a time when white people had laws wherever they tread their foot, and it kept black people in perspective. Back when racism, was going on, black people, practice more morals than anybody else. Why? Because they were not free. They were not free to not practice. They were not free to practice immorality. It was either practice morals, or we'll find a way to put you in prison, or we'll send you back to the plantation or something. Because white folks was always telling black folks off and telling them what they can and cannot do. And black folks would say, oh, it's like that? Okay. And it kept us in line. But we're not allowed to do that today. We are all racists, and we are all hating on white people because we can. Because it's the new thing to do. If you got the guts to hate on white people and get up on stage with all them white people protecting you, you got white cops standing there watching the stage, you got FBI, you got all these people there, and you're talking about, we need to deal with these white people You know, we need to stop taking them seriously. We need to treat them harshly and blah, 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 like this video that I watched today by Brandon Tatum. You know. And they did make her step down, and then they let her get back up there, and then she called them a bunch of racists because they asked her to step down. But she was constantly hating on white people in every speech that she was doing, which had nothing to do with race. The speeches that she was supposed to be doing. Okay? But we are racist because we are free to be racist. We say the things about white people because we're free to say them. But white people can't say these things about black people. Okay? The best way to get rid of racism is to let those around you be who they are. Okay? Let them be who they are. And don't put yourself in there. If you're not walking in their shoes, maybe you shouldn't try to walk in their shoes. If you're not walking in their shoes, that doesn't make their shoes funky. You know what I'm saying? And smelly because you're not walking in them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if white people had white privilege, to me, so what? They were never slaves. Why wouldn't they have white privilege? They never had to go through what we went through. They were never slaves. Okay? And who owned the slaves? White people. So of course, yeah, that you know, that's about the truth of white privilege you're gonna get. Okay? You know, I don't care if when I go somewhere, you know, we got all these black employees standing around looking at you. You're going to walk past us and look for the white man. For the white man to tell you, oh, yeah, there's the captain right over there. Point to another black man. But that doesn't bother me. Okay? My job, I stop people where they're at. And I say, hey, you need help with some? Yeah, well, it's okay. You know, I was waiting for such and such. Hey. I address them and let them know who I am. There's a room you want to go to right there, sir. Okay? And I take them there. I don't get mad because they walked in there and they was looking for somebody white. They weren't sure if we worked there or not. They weren't sure if we are in that department or not, even though we're all dressed up, you know. But, you know, that's not racism. That might be a stereotype. That might be somebody not knowing their surroundings, but that's not racism. But let white people be white people. I like white people the way they are. The only thing I don't like about white people is two things. I don't like when they kiss their dogs in the mouth. I don't like when their houses smell like dogs and cats. Okay? Alright? And the other thing is, I don't like when they get the sweet potato pie mixed up with the pumpkin. But other than that, I think white people are absolutely amazing. And I do believe they deserve to be privileged. Okay? I believe they deserve to be privileged. Because when it all falls apart, who's going to put it back together? They are. Okay? They are. You say white privilege. Well, that white privilege works for you if you're working for them. That white privilege works for you if you go to church with them. If you're on their good side, white privilege help you out. But there ain't no white privilege, really. It's just you being jealous and you wanting them to take their place. You were a slave. You don't have a country to go back to. How are you going to take their place? You don't even have a country that you can call home. Africa is not your home. You don't know nobody in Africa, and that's not your seed. Check your DNA. I guarantee you're not African. Okay? Um, you don't have a country to go back to. So everybody is more privileged than a black man because everybody got a home to go back to. They can make a phone call. You got any room? Things are getting crazy over here in the U.S. Num num chop chop. Mugu Gaipan. I'm on my way. I'm getting on the next flight to China. You know. Um, don't hate. Don't hate the player. Hate the setup. Hate the pass. Yes, we are affected by the pass. But I don't need no white person to apologize to me for slavery or to apologize to me for what their ancestors did wrong or to even apologize to me even in this modern day time because they got some cousins that are racist or some brothers and sisters, husbands and wives that for that matter that are racist. I don't need them to apologize to me. I don't need them to cover for nobody. I don't need them to do anything but stay white and die. Like I'm going to stay black and die. And I need them to be their pro-white self. Because I benefit from white people being white people every day of my life. If white people were to act like black people, oh my God. I don't want white people to act like me. I don't want white people to handle things the way I do. I want white people to stay white people. Okay? Kissing their dogs in the mouth and walking out in the mud barefooted and getting the pumpkin mixed up with the sweet potato. You know what I'm saying? This gives them a brain somehow. This makes them do amazing things. And if you leave them alone and let them be white, they'll always have your back. But when you start a race war, they're going to be looking at their white counterparts. They're going to say, let's see this end. Get yourself out of this. Now, I do believe, however, first of all, I do see how, Adam Calhoun's song is bringing us together. It's bringing black folks together that are not, part of the Black Lives Matter gang, okay? Part of the race card gang, okay? It's bringing these guys together. It's bringing us together. And it's also waking up black people and helping black people understand some things, okay? And that's what they say. All these guys that I watched, they all laughed and were joyful about the song, even though here's this white man in there talking about what you laughing at, simple A nig, what you laughing at, let's get on you now, with your nig behind self, okay? And they don't take offense. They says, hey, I understand what the guy's talking about. You want to get rid of the N-word, stop using it in public. Stop calling each other that. Okay? You want to make the N-word completely illegal? It should be illegal for everybody. Starting with black people. Okay? And I agree with you and I'm waiting for everybody else to get on board with this, that you want to stop racism, and this goes for white people too. You want to stop racism, stop making excuses for people that are racist. For example, the KKK. Why are they still in operation? They should be dismantled and shut down. Okay. Now, I don't care if you're religious. These Hebrew Israelites going out on the street. Oh, we talking to our people. We ain't talking to white people. Salvation's for the Jews, and they ain't even Jews. Salvation's for the Hebrews, and they ain't, you know. Okay, well, look here. Why don't you go back to Israel? Okay? Why don't you go back to the Hebrew nations, wherever they're hiding out at, and see if they let you talk this racist crap on their streets? This is America, baby. We don't. We are up to our neck in white people. We are swimming white people every day. There ain't no getting out of it. I cough and breathe and poop white people. They're all over the place. And I like it that way. Got white people coming out of my ears. Okay? Let it go, man. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? But we shouldn't have no Black Lives Matter. We shouldn't have no Hebrew Israelites. Shouldn't have no KKK. Shouldn't have no Richard Spencer. Shouldn't have no white, no, what do they call that? White, global whiteness. What do they call that? They don't call it white supremacy. What do they call it? Global white something, they call it. Shouldn't have that stuff. Everybody that's racist should be dismantled and shut down. I don't care how religious they are. I don't care if they say they got a relationship with Jesus. Everybody that speaks racism should be shut down. But see, the same people that will sit there and the same white people that will sit there and call another white man a racist and get together with black people and call Donald Trump a racist are the same white people that won't dismantle the KKK. You want to see them get angry and start getting racist real quick? Bother with that KKK and say that they can't do rallies anymore and see what happens. And I'm going to tell you something I've learned. It ain't just black people holding on to racism. A lot of white people want you to continue to hold on to racism because it makes them feel better than you. It keeps them above you. It keeps you down so that you can't get up anywhere. Okay? And it makes them pretend that they like you, that they care about you when they really don't. They will care about you when they see that you stepping up there and you collecting the money just like they collecting the money. You collecting the good neighborhood just like they collecting the good neighborhood. You living in a good home like they living in a good home. You sending your kids to college to become something great. They gonna be your kid's gonna be a doctor right next to their kids being a doctor at the same hospital. Okay? Oh yeah, they gonna worry about you black behind now. And if something pop off right there, that would be real racism. But ain't nobody worried about your hood behind. Ain't nobody worried about you in the hood, okay? Getting shot by cops every day. Ain't nobody worried about what you doing and how you doing it and how many of you there are or nothing. Because y'all just dying out every day. If the cops don't shoot you, y'all shoot each other. And it wasn't like you wasn't a criminal when you got shot. You want to stop racism? The best way, who said it? It was Shelby Steele and it was Morgan Freeman that said if you want to stop racism, stop worshiping it. Stop talking about it. Stop playing a race card. Stop making everything a white and black issue. You're going to call me DeRoy Cruz and I'm going to call you Bob Casimir. I'm going to be DeRoy Cruz, you're going to be Ben Shapiro. I'm going to be DeRoy Cruz, you're going to be Adam Calhoun. I don't refer you to as white dude, you don't refer to me as blackie. Or the N-word for that matter. I'm DeRoy Cruz, you're Adam Calhoun. What's so hard about it? And when I act stupid, I'm still DeRoy Cruz, you're still Adam Calhoun. When you act stupid, I'm still D-Roy Cruz. You're still Adam Calhoun. When you get racist, I'm still D-Roy Cruz. You're still Adam Calhoun. Racism is the problem of whoever's being racist. It's not your problem. Stop worshiping racism. Stop this religion of racism. Racism is a religion. It is the run-to place where black people go when they can't understand where they failed. When they feel like a failure, they run to the race court. I was listening to these guys that were listening to the Calhoun video, and they were saying, the one dude, I thought he was a white dude myself, but actually he's biracial. And he said that when his parents divorced, his dad went back to the hood, his mom went back uptown to you know, the white neighborhood. Okay? Thank God for this man. Shout out to this man that he was able to not fall into the same dissipation that his parents fell in. He was able to carry on regardless of the fact that they went their separate ways, and he gonna go over here and try to be pro-black when he just had a child by a white woman. She gonna go up there and try to, you know, kick it with the you know, segregated whites when she just had a child by a black man. Her son got to come up there between the segregated whites to visit her. They ain't gonna show her no respect. She already got a baby by the man. Stop worshiping racism and it will go away. Leave these white people alone. Let these white people be themselves. Me and a guy today at work, we were joking about an incident that happened at work last night. And this morning we were joking about it. And we both said at the same time, they're always black. And it's true, they're always black. White people walking by, what kind of black nonsense is going on over there? I'm about to break up a fight over what? Somebody misunderstood something somebody said. So they about to fight. Or one guy about to hit another brother at the front desk. And I had to step between them, and we all black. We're all black. Everybody there is black. White folks walking on by like, what's going on there? Black folks is at it again. And it wasn't really anything that serious. Somebody opened up their mouth and didn't know what they was talking about, and it got back to the dude. And now he couldn't just like say, hey, I'm upset with y'all. He had to make threats and everything else. He might lose his job. They're always black. Why is that? I used to be that way. I used to be that way. I used to be like that when I was a kid. I was just like everybody else growing up. Guy let me know at work the other day. He let me know, you used to grow up in Lincoln Larmer. I said, yeah, you know. Me and my mother left the condominium in McKeesport and moved to Pittsburgh. And when we wasn't living with my grandmother, you know, we was living up there, you know, in the projects. I remember the street and everything. We used to live right above Schumann Center. Right up the hill from Schumann Center. People remember my past. But shout out to Adam Calhoun. That I'm gonna say it one more time. That video is a good, even though he's using all the racist slang in there. It's good as long as it stays in the song. My answer to Steve Knight is it's okay for him to use that language if it stays in the song and doesn't leave the song, because the charts that it's going to be in, they're all like that. They're all talking that language, whether they be white or black. He's just one of just a handful of white people to have the guts to, you know, perform that kind of a music talent, okay, or that kind of musical presentation, okay. So, video's too long. People don't watch your videos very well when they're over 20 minutes, but wasn't no way I was going to do this over 20 minutes. I mean, in less than 20. Wasn't no way I was going to do this in less than 50 some minutes. Okay. So God bless you. I am D. Cruz. I am your life applications officer. Thank you for watching. See you again with more soon. God bless.